Oh.
When I play games like Dishonored and Far Cry 3 that do not have a full stealth dynamic, I usually take the alternative route of running in, guns a-blazing, and tits out to complete the quests and levels. Tenchu is a martial arts ninja game from 1998 on the PS1 that also makes stealth approaches optional to the player. It isn't only optional though, it's also advised for players who do not want their faces slashed off in the first 20 seconds of gameplay. This is an interesting way to make the players decide that a stealth approach is actually the preferable option, thus leading us to learn and discover how the stealth dynamics work. I started the game by entering the training mode, where I had to decide whether to play as a lady ninja or a gentleman ninja. Upon making my decision, me and my ninja were greeted by the most Japanese man on the planet and were thrown into gameplay. The gameplay helps you practice how the stealth options work, but also how the fighting system works, and may I just say, it is fucking brutal! But entertaining, which is good for entertainment. My chosen ninja was the Lady Ninja AMA, who has two smaller swords for faster slashy attacks, sort of like Legolas from Lord of the Rings. This, paired with some tough AI and some wonderful blood effects, can lead to really entertaining fights. It could be pretty rewarding too, especially for me, because it actually makes me feel like a fucking ninja. Throughout the game, you're given a few supplies to help you in acts of stealth. The main three that come to mind are throwing daggers, health kits, and a grappling hook. The grappling hook is a bit more interesting. To use it, you line up a shot, you fire up to the surface, and a quick shot of your ninja's bum later, you're on higher ground. This may sound awkward, or maybe even overpowered, but it's actually a nice addition to the game, because you find yourself spending a lot of time making sure the shot's precisely lined up, making it really quite entertaining to use if you ever want to avoid pursuers. After faffing around for a while in the training mode, me and my ninja decided to go and play the actual game. This required us to pick up some equipment from a chosen assortment of ninja-y stuffs, and then I was told that I had to go kill an evil merchant bloke. After 20 minutes of swinging and stabbing and swinging and stabbing and swinging, and taking down opponents with wonderfully animated stabbing segments, my ninja used up all of her health kits. But then sadly she died. After dying, of course, the game presented me with this screen. The ninja AMA returns to the shadows from which he came, to be forgotten forever as a failure. First off, I don't like your use of the word forgotten. Secondly, that was a bit fucking harsh. I thought she did okay. I mean, she did die, but she took down about 8 people. I think we could all say that you're very mean, game, but since I'm enjoying you so much, I might as well try it again, shall I? Then I found the only equipment we could use is the stuff that we left from the time before. What the fuck, game? I thought you wanted us to learn how to use stealth, which is fine and all, but it's just unreasonable to take away our favourite equipment after our first failure. It would be like taking a cookery class, but you take away our ingredients after the first time we fuck up. Game is called being a prat, and may I say you're very, very good at that at times. There I decided to attempt the game without using any equipment, and after some perseverance we managed to get to level 2, which was a bit boring, but then level 3 happened and it was a bit more interesting. Level 3 was slightly more linear, in that guards always faced away from you, well most of the time anyway, allowing you to stealthily take them down just as well as before. But then suddenly this wanker showed up, the person who I have dubbed the Bridge Bastard, who spends most of his horrible life standing on a bridge, gormlessly staring into the distance, even when your ninja ass shows up. What made him so annoying was that I always managed to hide just far away enough from him for him not to notice me as a threat. But I do believe that I was just about close enough for his suspicions to arise, causing him to stop and stare in my direction. This meant I couldn't move any more without making him hostile, which led to me just sat there hoping that sooner or later he would go away. Of course, I could become aggressive myself. If I wanted to, I could jump into attack mode and try taking him on head on, but since he was the Bridge Bastard, he was always cunning enough to shove me off the bridge to my death! After a lot of perseverance, I managed to get past him, however, but then ran straight into a really hard boss level that involved a bear, so I looked at the time and realised that 4 hours had flew past playing an old PS1 game from 1998! So from this, I suppose you could say that the game is good. In fact, I think Game Informer rounded it up best back in 2001. Tenchu Stealth Assassin showed the gaming world that it takes more than dark clothes and point-throwing objects to make it as a ninja, forcing players to learn and utilise stealth techniques to not only excel, but merely survive. Tenchu is a challenging, nerve-wracking game that leaves you screaming in frustration but then calling back for more! In fact, I think this game is better than good. It's very good, maybe even great. Maybe I even prefer it to the Tomb Raider series. Maybe that's because I prefer bums to boobs.